episode 5, Jazz is still at the restaurant having a bit of a panic attack prior to the date, and then he meets Yash, and I found it quite interesting that Jazz's sibling went to the University of Florida, but for some odd reason he chose Harvard. Could that be due to pressure from Jeanette and Greg, I'm guessing? Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's due to pressure once again. Like, it's all adding up now. Like, you know, like they just want one of their kids to graduate from Harvard, you know, it's so prestigious. Yeah. I'm catching on with this family, okay? Catching on. A bunch of, you know, users. And as you guys peeped in the previous episode, Jeanette also brought up the fact during the rally that she was giving a speech, she talked about how Jazz is going to the University of Harvard, and I'm like, why did the crowd need to know that? You know, it's something, it's like bragging rights for them, not necessarily for Jazz, but for them. Yeah. And then the date, Yash, he seems cool but serious at the same time during the date, which I think Jazz really vibes with. And Jazz wants to kiss Yash, but he didn't offer like Duran. And then, you know, poor Jazz, they call it a night. Unfortunately, Yash was not really feeling Jazz like that. He still hasn't responded to Jazz's text since their last date, and Jazz is so worried. In the next scene, we see the family head out to goat yoga, and honestly I think goat yoga is stupid, and even the grandparents didn't understand it. And then Yash all of a sudden during this goat yoga responds back to Jazz's text, but he doesn't seem interested in him, not one bit. Womp womp. Okay, Jazz is still trying to pick out classes for next semester and a major because he's still undecided as of, you know, it's his sophomore year or whatever. Like, it is what it is. Then Jazz meets up with friends and they talk about Yash, Jazz going speed dating, and that Harvard possibly not being the right fit for him because, you know, we need a good storyline here. It's been a drag all season and we're only in episode 5. Okay, we need something to, you know, rile it up. Something, please. It's boring. It's putting us to sleep. And then Jazz and Jacqueline go speed dating. That's queer based. On the way, we learned Jacqueline can't drive like most of us. Yeah, they've arrived at the speed dating event, and to me, honestly, some of these people at the speed dating event, they look like paid actors. I feel like I've seen one of them somewhere before. Isn't it funny that Jazz has always seemed to be attracted to women more than men? And then the speed dating event was no different from how Jazz is in real life. Like, he's more attracted to women than men. Like, is Jazz trying to tell us something? Could it be that Jazz is a straight man and not pansexual like he thinks? Jazz and Jacqueline are on their way back home and they talk about the event and how it went and all of that. And Jazz has a talk with Jeanette and Greg and his brothers about how the speed dating event went, and he's decided to pretty much put a stop to dating until he heads back to school. Now, once the boys leave, Jazz tells his parents about possibly not going back to Harvard. He talks about his plan B, which is being a gay rights activist. And to be honest, I think Greg and Jeanette are stuck on Harvard because it's their dream and they want Jazz to graduate from there by any means possible. But Jazz's path may actually be different from Harvard, but they don't seem to understand that, but they should understand it as parents, hopefully. But we'll see in the next episode.